Hey, what's good, y'all? Fuzion here, back with another reaction video. Today we got some first take. No Stephen A, but we got Jay Williams and Kendrick Perkins. Molly is dressed like a lavender drink, but that's neither here nor there. Zion Williams is a generational talent that we can't trust. That is what's going on right now. I think that's cap. I think he's just a kid, bro. He's horny. I don't see no problem with that. He's getting a lot of money. He's an athletic guy, and he's a handsome guy. So, of course, women are going to be throwing themselves at him. And, of course, we will see stuff like this happening. It's going to happen. Now, should his teammates or people be trying to help him out with that? Obviously, yes. I think this is going to be an important lesson that he learned. I think it's going to be important for him to move completely different now. He has a child on the way, as well as who knows how many other women he's been slaying as of late. But, you know, it's his prerogative. As long as he can stay healthy and perform, I have no issue. Perform. That's funny. But I have no issues with him getting some cheeks along the line. That's what's going to happen when you are a professional athlete, just like what Kendrick Perkins said, a generational talent. That is going to happen. He has to make better decisions, but it's bitches, bro. That's going to happen. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started.
To move on from Zion.
Molly, I said this last year, that it was time for the Pelicans to move on from Zion Williamson. Okay, you can't trust them. Now here we are a year later, and guess what? The reason that the Pelicans are trying to move on from him is because of food and his off-the-court issues when it comes down to Zion and what's been transpiring over the last month. And when I bring up food, we talk about Zion Williamson and we talk about him being healthy. Well, part of his health, we talk about this all the time. It's his diet. When is he going to get in shape? Sometimes he comes into training camp, he is in shape. And guess what? He's not able to sustain that. So what is he doing when he leaves the practice facility? And it's no coincidence that all of a sudden we get to this point, and all of a sudden we're hearing about the Pelicans possibly are wanting to move on from Zion. It's no coincidence. They've been on social media. We all have. We've been seeing all the reports and all the rumors and everything that's been going on for Zion and the NBA lifestyle that he couldn't adjust to or couldn't say no to. So if I'm the Pelicans with the young group of guys that I have in place, I have a nice coacher. I have a nice coach in Willie Green. I have a veteran in CJ McCollum. I would not jeopardize with that.
All right, I just skipped ahead some here because I feel like he was beating a like dead horse at this point. I understand, you know, the off the court quote unquote antics. I don't consider these antics. I don't. Could he be making better like decisions? Sure, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, you understand? There's definitely gonna be growing pains. And I consider that a growing pain. John Morant, his situation is off the court antics. Kyrie Irving, whether you agree or disagree, that is some off-court antics stuff. This is very minuscule. A lot of basketball, NBA players, Paul George, you know, have had some trouble with some stripper ladies. That's what happens. I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think what he's doing is like destroying his team. I don't think it's affecting his team chemistry. I do think he has to grow up, but I don't think you should fault him like for that part. I don't think that would be considered off the court antics, quote unquote, in my opinion. But that being said, I agree with Kendrick Perkins about him not really showing up in shape or within a good weight. It's always off and on, like you never know. Every single time you see a picture of this guy, he looks completely different. I do think there is a dietary slash, I want to say commitment. What's the word? I guess it could be a commitment thing. Him sticking to a strict diet. I think his team has to eventually make a choice. Tell Zion, if you're not going to be in shape, then we will ship you. I don't have a problem with what the Pelicans are saying, or even what he's saying. Him being Kendrick Perkins. He's deciding not to stay in shape. You have all this money. It's pretty easy for you to stay in shape. It's pretty easy for you to find healthier food that tastes better. All you really got to do is eat fish and chicken. Maybe have a cheat meal here and there. When I was playing basketball, not like I was on an NBA level, not like I was on a college level, but I understood what to put into my body to make it work the best. I would have cheat meals every now and again, but I would overall be eating better. You know, like, you understand that you are supposed to be going against the best players in the world. You understand that this is a very competitive league, and a lot of it has to do with off the court stuff. A lot of prep becomes off court prep. That is you eating better. That is you running. That is you trying to actively work on jump shots, work on layups, work on attacking the basket, working on dunks. That is something he can do. And I think sometimes he's like deciding to go get some hoes instead of working out or instead of eating right. I don't think the strip clubs in New Orleans are serving healthy food. But the people he is interacting with, I don't think they are, would you say, healthy for him. You know, he's knocking down porn stars, strippers, clout chasers, quote unquote content creators. You know, again, there's nothing bad about that. I'm just saying, if you understand, you are supposed to be the franchise player. The whole point of you coming to the Pelicans is to push this Pelicans team farther than they have ever been. They have good pieces. They need you just to act right, and you haven't been acting right. You haven't been eating right. You've been doing dumb stuff. Should the Pelicans trade Zion Williams? Should they?
That, though, is the way that when Zion Williamson came into the New Orleans team, they acquiesced. They gave him way too much clout for a guy who was a rookie. You've seen David Griffin and company try to retract and bring that back and set a standard. The reality, and I've heard this from multiple people around the organization, is that people don't question whether Zion Williamson loves the game of basketball. Sometimes they question whether he's in love with the process that comes with being great.
That's true.
Well, we heard Kobe Bryant and other players, Michael Jordan, love the process, the work that goes into being great. If Zion Williamson wants to be a New Orleans Pelican, I don't see how you trade him away. And what I will say is, Perk, in 114 games in which he's played in 4 seasons, which is alarming, I understand, and he's only played 10 games with C.J. McCollum and Brandon Ingram when they're collectively on the court together. But when they are, Perk, they are one of the best teams in the West.
I'm just going to go ahead and end it here, really. I don't really care on much what else to say just about like the rest of this video. I don't want to get copyrighted. Just let me go ahead and just say that. But 10 games with playing with Ingram and CJ McCollum? I forgot he's been in the league this long. Like, you barely have a good sample size of how great that he is as a player. You just don't know. You really don't know what like the only true scouting report that we are still feeding off of is his time in college. I mean, yeah, there's some games where he's, you know, getting rebounds, being really aggressive and strong in the paint, near the basket. You're seeing good basketball IQ. You're seeing him use his body properly. But then he can't play more than 6 games a season, so you feel like you're just having him there. He's a waste of good roster space and good money. So, yes, I think that the Pelicans should trade Zion Williams for something, so you could actually get something. And I think it would be good for Zion to have a change of pace. Ship him to somewhere where there ain't nothing going on. Or ship him somewhere where there's already a strong culture, a older team, I should say. I could see him working with a couple teams if he does stay healthy. But I just think Zion needs to go ahead and sit down and grow up. He's going to have to really see if he wants to be a generational talent in the NBA or not. And only time will tell. Only he knows within himself what he can and can't do. Stay away from the chicken wings and the beignets. I know that them beignets be hitting. Stay away from them thick chocolate things in the South. I understand, Mr. Zion. I get it. But you just got to grow up. You just got to grow up. And that's pretty much everything, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Peace.